Hi, my name is Megan Decadi, and I'm a family law attorney at Goranson Bain Ausley. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how assets are divided in a divorce. Dividing assets in a divorce is really a multi-step process. The first step is to identify assets. The second step is to characterize those assets as either community property or separate property. This process is very, very important because separate property is protected under Texas law and cannot be divided by a court or awarded to your spouse. But separate property claims do require additional evidence that often requires the testimony of experts and the production of numerous documents to prove them. So it's very important to know early on what separate property claims you have and how to address them. The third step is to value the assets that comprise the community estate. Oftentimes, there will be a dispute between spouses as to the value of certain property. For example, spouses might have a dispute as to the value of a certain piece of real property, or perhaps the value of a business interest. In situations like this, it is often necessary to obtain the assistance of experts to review documents, formulate opinions, and if necessary, testify in court as to your position regarding the value of that asset. And as for step 4, this step is to divide the community estate in a just and right manner. Many spouses come into the divorce process under the impression that 50-50 division of their community estate is fair and equitable. However, that is not always the case. There are many factors that a court can consider when deciding what percentage of the community estate should be awarded to one spouse or the other. Another common worry of clients is that when the court is dividing their community estate, that the court will divide every asset in half. That is not the case. In fact, the court will do its best to award assets to the spouses in kind. When I am meeting with a prospective client who is considering divorce, I always tell them to take some time, give this some thorough thought, and decide what do they want their life to look like post-divorce. What is going to be fair and equitable in your situation is going to be a division of property that ideally meets your post-divorce needs. It's important to identify those early on and meet with an experienced family law attorney who can help you formulate a path to achieve those goals.